Oh, in the 50s and the winner.
You are an Anglo-Saxon, you belong to the continent, not to this island. What are you going to say?
I'd say go back to your own country, this is England. Scots, Welsh and Irish are foreigners in this country just the same as anybody else. And even if you've got a passport and you live in Scotland, don't try and be Scottish because you're not.
Oh, were you pretending to be Scottish?
But that's what you're independent issue.
Excuse me.
No one knows what's going on in Britain and the British.
The Irish are Scottish.
This is England.
Who gave it to that Scottish accent? I've got an accent to prove it out. Tell me I'm not Scottish. How do you define it?
I didn't say you weren't Scottish. I was talking to the man behind you. Have you heard of individuality? Just because I mentioned the word Scot, it doesn't mean you jump up half Scottish. Silly man.
RBC, I'm sorry. You put the position to me the Scottish.
Quite frankly, I don't have to. This is England.
You don't? Oh, you don't? So I really should have a passport to come here?
I'd like to think you could.
You would?
Yeah.
I thought Little
It
England.
might come.
I thought Little Englanders were all men. I'm really been educated this morning.
Well, you don't look as if you get out much.
He doesn't speak for England.
Well, it's
It's
your
a narrow.
only
You
place
can
you
always
get
spot
out.
people who don't get out much. You've got a narrow mind because they're
Like
only
you.
used to people
So
talking
why
about
don't you give them independence then? Why are you holding on to them?
No,
Why?
but it's not them getting independence. They just can't do anything for themselves. They have to bleat to the
But they're holding on to you, you're oil.
British. They've been
You're holding
bleating
their
about
oil.
independence. The
somebody
Scots,
hold me
the
up
Welsh,
because-
and the Irish
Let 'em
for
go.
decades.
Please.
And they're bleating to the English about it.
Because they're the ones who conquered it.
And claim independence.
Women
Why do you have to
like
ask
the
the English to
17th
give you
century.
permission? You're
Like
proving you're not
in
fit
the
for
17th
it.
century, when the Scots won. Exactly, that's what you were saying.
You benefit from England.
That's stupid.
Why are you racist?
Because I value individuality in what God has created. Just the same as I value an oak tree, an ash tree, an elm tree, a palm tree, a rose, an iris, a daffodil, because everyone blooms in its own beauty given by the Almighty. So it is with me.
He's got a valid question, go and ask him.
I decide whether they're valid or not.
Are you shy?
No, ask her, go on.
No, I think she's sensibly realising not what I'm going to ask.
Here we go. You got no chance.
Go and ask her, come on, don't let the foreigners down.
I hate belief. It's uncertain.
Don't believe in anything.
What?
I live in the reality.
Yeah, she does believe.
You see, you can't talk the language to this little mind. This is a religious mind. Do you believe?
Could I emigrate?
Yes, I've read the book. I think it's okay, therefore I believe it. That's how stupid it is.
I'm allowed to migrate. Can I migrate to the Falkland Islands?
You can do what you like, doesn't bother me.
That's a good
No one
question.
that's going to
Now,
judge.
can he then? Answer that.
You're already a wanderer, so wander somewhere else.
Wonder, no man.
Could you explain more to me why you believe?
No, I can't. You're old enough to know by now. Look at your grey hair. Start earning a Yeah, but I'm not asking the questions like a kid.
Interpretate the word belief.
She's young. Blonde.
Think before you speak.
Listen, the reason why I'm judging him harshly is because I've got grey hair myself. I'm not asking
Blonde. It's not
questions. He
great.
is.
For you, it's blonde.
You stupid little man.
Did I hurt you that badly?
There's two worlds. Your world of morons and the world where common sense and truth and openness
Very good to
prevails.
love.
And I come here on a Sunday and I have to try and bridge the two worlds.
Have you been?
And I don't take long to try, believe me.
Tell me about
No,
what you...
Have you been?
no,
You won't tell me?
no. I'm here as a speaker, not for you.
Yes.
As a Scotsman, I talk all day.
Yeah.
You're coming.
Yeah, well, you can get your own platform.
Excuse me.
What about the gang?
If she's the speaker, you go to the comment.
No, she's a very good speaker. She holds her own.
Yeah. That's why I'm with her.
Have you been?
But no, I would like to know what you mean by belief.
I did say it. I don't know what you were doing at the time.
I was probably trying to make it
Oh,
was saying, but the accent. No, seriously.
Well, if I can manage a Scottish one, don't you complain about
What do you
mine.
mean by belief?
Yeah, no.
She's so funny.
I already said you encounter something that challenges your thoughts and you decide to accept it. That is belief. When it comes to religious belief, it is more often than not something that you are presented with in a book, and as you read the book, you accommodate the belief into your system and say, I believe it. And this is when you get a religion.
You're using belief to define belief.
No, I'm using the dictionary word.
Oh, you use belief. I asked you to define belief and then
Well,
you
I'm
use
sorry
belief.
I'm not doing it on your terms, but tough.
No, I'm only asking, it's not consistent. You can't use the word belief to define belief.
She hates
But
all
can I
the
ask you, I
beliefs.
came to it late, I've just come in. I mean, what do you have a religious position?
I hate religion.
You hate religion?
Everyone has a right to give thanks for the life they're living and to be prepared to leave this world and go into a world that many of you warn them about.
But that's not religion or belief.
I said that nobody needs to be religious. Everybody has a right, a responsibility to question why they're here, the powers at work, and the understanding of how little they know what will happen to them when they leave this world.
But the question is to try to understand.
You ask yourself, why are you here?
But that's more like religious.
Because you are not doing.
Right.
What your mind accepts is not my problem. I told you, I've already told you, you've got blinkered minds.
Why do you think
just said
you're
there's a
here?
creator.
Why do you think you're here?
To aggravate you.
Of course. It's obvious, but beyond the obvious, why do you think you're here?
Well, can I ask you a question? What on earth are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm down to visit my family.
Oh, they're not in Scotland with you.
Got no family. I've got family all over the world.
Of course, the wandering Celts again.
Absolutely.
You know, the British,
The exercise
really what they mean is the English, but these wandering Celts have been the real troublemakers as they are here now, because they don't like staying in their own country.
No,
The real reason why he used the term Little Englander as an insult is that's the difference with the English. The real English are quite happy with England.
But what about all the English that moved to Australia?
They're not English.
They were at one point.
But you
Look,
didn't
Normans, Danes, Saxons, Vikings came and conquered England. Doesn't make them English.
Okay, so
Oh, so what are you? What are you?
Yeah, what are you? Can you trace your lineage back to like my family moved from Bristol? Are they not English?
Very relevant question.
I don't know. It's your family.
So then what are you?
I know who I am.
Are you English?
So you
Well, if
can't
I
answer.
wasn't English, I'd be looking to go where
But you
I
just said
belong.
English
But
never
I'm telling you
existed.
to do.
How are these people who moved to Australia not English?
No, I'm not giving you lessons on life and
But you're
identity.
contradicting what you say.
No, I'm just not meeting what your demands are.
You have
So
to
I'm
be.
looking for
Have you ever
You have
thought
to be
seriously
a bit
about what you
careful.
might be instead of wandering the
Absolutely I
globe?
have. I'm aware of what I am.
How
I'm
do you
asking what
become
you are.
English?
Right. And what are you doing about what you are? Still
I'm
wandering the
comfortable with
globe.
what I am. Absolutely, I'm wandering the globe.
That's right.
Fascinating. That's how I.
So your identity is a conversation piece with boring people like you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Keep to yourself.
Calm down, calm
Your
down.
racial
Why are you
identity
deporting
is responsibility
Insulting
you
my
have
future
abdicated.
girlfriend?
Why? Because
I don't agree with that.
in this world where you can, you have taken the easy out and you have done it.
So this is your way of not answering whether you're English.
I am answering on my terms to people
She's
who
not
have not
supposed
got
to
enough
answer you
understand.
anything.
But you're using
You
your
can't make people loyal.
That's right.
You can't give people loyalty.
Yeah.
They've got no
You
clue.
lost your loyalty to Britain.
I can talk to you on the terms of what
Shame
loyalty
on you.
is. But if you
her.
don't want to
Just her.
accept it because your thing is better, then you will not willingly tune in. And that's what I come against every
You better
week.
keep quiet, yeah?
Your choices. And what do? Put it back onto me. Oh, you're not using the right word. Oh, you're not deliberately not understanding me. All of your sneaky, slick, snake-like ways because you don't want to acknowledge that your wandering ways are the problem.
Why do you believe you're here? You
Look,
distracted that
look,
question. You didn't
excuse
answer.
me. And one thing I'm here is
I
I'm not
told
here for
you,
you.
I told you.
Join the club and shut your mouth.
I told you.
No, that is a response of failure. I'm only
No,
asking
I'm
why
responding to
you
a bossy
are-
Scot
why
who's
do you
full of
think-
himself and
no,
doesn't
why
take any notice of what I'm saying.
Ah, husband is just arrived.
Why do you think you're here? It is an honest question. Why do you think you're here?
I am not
don't mean
answering you.
You're not answering
No.
it. So
Here we go, he's going to make a thing out of me not answering now.
Why are you not?
You can't shut up the Scots when it comes to rubbish.
Shut up the English, but sound
We get out of England, it's easy for you.
Sorry, did you say something?
He looks Polish.
No.
I'm like an iron curtain between you and Scotland.
No, nobody's English except for her, and even then she may be Norman Saxon.
I'm not trying to.
She may be a
No, I don't want to answer your question. I'm not here for you. This is not a conversation. I'm a speaker for everybody. Get over
I want to
your
know if she's a Norman, a
yourself.
Viking, or a Saxon.
Yourself.
You look Polish. You don't look English. You look seriously.
If you don't know, you're an
English.
She's giving us her profile.
Oh, don't be angry, don't be angry.
Look at her nose and her eyes. Absolutely Polish. There is nothing English about it.
The Poles are not a race, they're a mixture.
Oh my God.
Look at English.
Yes, they are.
Oh!
But I thought you said the English were a combination of Normans, Saxons, and Vikings.
I said the Normans, the Danes, the Saxons, the Vikings weren't English. They were invaded.
So who's
Wash your
English?
silly ears out.
So who's
You can't change your race, no matter how long you live in a country,
You did change your race.
because it is against the decree of the Almighty.
You come from Afghanistan.
And when you dark-skinned people have tried to sort out race, if they've got fair hair, then they're anybody.
All right, when the Continental War joined up, what race
Oh, I'm not going into history. I am throwing you back on yourselves here and now. So stop changing the subject because you don't want to address that. Take responsibility for yourselves now, because that's what every one of you is facing. Your accountability for every second you've walked this earth, no matter what the world's like.
How do you know so much about
Because I, like you, I'm not wandering the globe, horizontally living life. I am more connected with the vertical first, and then it goes on to the planet.
Krakow, you're Polish. You're from Krakow.
Whatever.
No, you're a speaker, so what
did you
You're
say?
just another foreigner, so it doesn't bother me anyway. Almighty God has never made a foreigner, a refugee, an immigrant, or a victim. That's what man puts himself into being by his unwillingness to take full responsibility of what responsibilities his Creator has given him. That's how politicians rose into being. Because man did not want the challenges the Almighty gave. He wanted a spokesman who he could hide behind, and that is why more often than he got more than he deserved, because the judgment of the Almighty was, if you don't want me, then you're going to get something worse.
You have to admire this lady. She talks 8 hours non-stop every Sunday, non-stop, and she never teaches you anything, and she never does anything for you.
Well done. That is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is. How did you get it?
I admire her energy, lovely energy.
And the first from China.
Because always you have
And I'm not going to
nice
account for
nights,
it.
you know?
And I'm not going to account for it. Shut up. So shut up.
No, so you're speaking. I'm trying to just clarification. It's not a question. It's not a question. I'm not trying to do anything. You're referring to the
English don't say
Does this imply some kind of belief in a creator?
It's very clear English. I do not want to hear his voice.
Excuse me, don't ignore this gentleman.
In your world,
He's our neighbour.
That's your job in your gutter.
He's your neighbour. One of our
Oh, hang on, politeness.
Where are you from, you?
Is he not your neighbour?
Sri Lanka.
No. Shall we speak? A neighbour?
No.
Oh, no. Oh.
She lives on a pedestal.
Hating you.
I do have that effect.
At Speaker's Corner.
That's the
I
other
don't hate anybody. I'm dealing with the moment I am in, where there are all these people around, and I'm not going to be sidetracked by a curious Scotsman because he wants to be sidetracked.
I'm trying to pin you back.
I just.
I'm trying to pin you back on track.
Listen to what you're saying. I. Look around.
No, I said,
What about her, sir?
you?
She told us to be
What did you say? You're a
He's just being an individual.
He told us to be
And he's standing in a
He
crowd.
yells at us.
That is the point.
You're Polish.
If you want to be an individual, then that is the tight line you walk.
don't insult
Being
Poland,
an
yeah?
individual in the crowd,
Don't call her
responding
Polish,
as the
because I feel-
individual, but the